Dan, what is the biggest fear people have with drawing down their money in their retirement account? In other words, if they have a portfolio of assets, what are they concerned about based on drawing that money down over time?
One of the major concerns retirees and soon-to-be retirees have with their assets when they look to take income out is if they have to suffer volatility and losses, because volatility and losses could stop or reduce the amount of income they're taking out of these accounts.
So Dan, how actually does that work in real life? I mean, how do they manage a portfolio and eliminate losses, but at the same time have any chance at getting gains in their portfolio?
Jim, there's two things they must do immediately. One is to eliminate volatility from their portfolio. The second is to eliminate losses immediately from their portfolio.
That sounds fantastic, but how actually do you do that, Dan?
What can be done, Jim, it's called the indexing concept, and it's been around for years now, and it really is set up to allow a retiree or soon-to-be retiree to protect the downside, to eliminate the downside, while allowing them to participate in a portion of market upside. So you get a portion of the ups, but you never suffer any of the downs.
That sounds almost too good to be true. Can you explain it to us graphically on how that would work, Dan?
That'd be great, Jim. I'd love to. Let's look at the stock market, for example. And we know that the stock market is going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up. We're told over the long haul it will always go up, and it always has gone up, which is a great thing. But depending on the time period you might need the monies or the funds or the income, it might be down. So what we like to do is look at the indexing concept. And indexing concept states specifically that when the market goes up, and we're going to note each one of these time periods as a year. When the market goes up, what this means is we will get a portion of the gain. When you have downside protection, you can't expect to get all of the gain, Jim, but you can get a portion of the gain. So when the market goes up, we get a part of the gain. So the market went up all the way, but we didn't go up all the way, did we? We got a part of the gain. The indexing concept works because when the market goes down, we don't lose any money at all. So the market tanked. We stayed flat. We what we call flatlined. So your portfolio didn't lose anything during that time period. When the market goes up, we get a portion of the gains again. Now, when the market goes down, we flatline. When the market goes up, we get a portion of the gains. When the market goes down, we flatline. When the market goes up, we get a portion of the gains. So every time the market had a big loss, we didn't lose 1 penny. Our clients did not lose 1 penny during those times. And what's more important is once we made those gains, when there was a loss, we kept those gains, and even when we made the gains again, our future gains couldn't be taken away from us.
You know, Dan, that's really amazing because as I look at the graph here, I look at the black line, and let's assume that's the market as you described. You can see here in this second picture here how the market dropped tremendously, and if you were a client and you had your money invested in a standard type of portfolio with stocks and bonds, you would have lost not only that year, but you would have lost all your previous gains. And here it seems that if you don't lose that year, plus you don't lose any of the previous gains. Is that correct?
That's true. If you look at back to 2000, 2001, and 2002, the market lost just shy of 50%. Market lost just shy of 50%. If you would have employed an indexing concept during that time period, you would have lost zero. Can you imagine how you would have felt as a retiree, as an investor? Same thing in 2008. The market in 2008 lost about 38%. The same time, if you'd had an indexing concept, you would have lost zero in your portfolio, Jim.
That's incredible, Dan. And during this period of time in which you are participating in some of the market gains, but you have absolutely no losses, is your money actually in the market?
No, your money will never be directly invested in the stock market, and that's how we're able to provide that downside protection, and also why you only get a portion of those gains.
That's great. And Dan, during this period of time, is this money locked up, or can I pull this money out if I want to?
There's multiple ways depending on the products you use. This indexing concept is used in hundreds, maybe even thousands of different products that are out there. Investment products that are available to retirees and soon-to-be retirees. So depending on the product you use, that will determine how you can access. For example, you might be a 60-year-old that wants income immediately but does not want to have any risk of principal. We might use the indexing concept and couple that with a plan that will allow you to take income out immediately. You might put in $1 million into this plan. Your principal is protected, guaranteed you don't have any losses, allowing you to participate in the upside of the market, but you can choose and elect to receive $50,000 a year of income guaranteed for the rest of your life from 60 all the way till 120 if you live that long, and you can receive your first $50,000 of payments within 30 days.
That's amazing, Dan. You know, I'm almost 62 now, and I meet regularly with my friends who are in the same age group, and every single person has the same exact concerns. They're afraid of running out of money, number one, and they're afraid to draw money out of their account, number two, because they're afraid when the market goes down like you have here, they won't be able to draw that cash out. And the beauty about this program is that we can identify when we get closer to this age how significant this is to know that I can get a portion of the market gain with absolutely no downside risk to my principal, which allows me to feel very comfortable going through those retirement years, Dan.
That's exactly right, Jim. Remember, we call this the indexing concept. It's a strategy that you can use to safeguard the principal values of your account, thereby allowing you to feel comfortable to start using the assets that you've saved for retirement.
Well, that's incredible, Dan, and I want to thank you so much in explaining this concept, because I know in our office, in our business, we deal with clients every single day, and 1 out of 1,000 even understands this is available. And when we introduce this to our clients, we know how excited they become, because they all have the same thing on their mind. They want to participate in the market, they don't want any losses, and this is exactly what this concept achieves for our clients.
It does, Jim. One final note on this indexing concept. One of the things that I like about it the best, in addition to the fact that we can help protect the retiree's principal balance, is typically there are no annual fees at all associated with being able to enact this plan. A typical retiree might be paying 3% per year on their assets. If they have $500,000 of assets, it means they're paying $15,000 in annual fees, Jim. 3% of $500,000 equals $15,000 of annual fees. We could enact this type of plan and there would be no annual fees charged to that retiree.
You know, Dan, we know how powerful that is, again, in our practice every single day, because we get clients that come in and we point out this and educate them on the fact of how much they are really paying in fees, because they really believe they're paying about 1% to their financial advisor, which is true. What they don't realize until we point this out is that they have a money manager behind the financial advisor, they have mutual fund fees, they have custodian costs, they have trading cost expenses. All these things add up, and when you use your example, if they have $500,000 and they're paying $15,000 a year, which is about 3% of the $500,000 over 30 years, that's $450,000 they're paying in fees, and the indexing concept completely eliminates those fees in that example.
That's exactly right, Jim. We like to keep the fees in the client's account. We don't want the fees paid out to their advisor. We don't want the fees paid out to the financial institutions. We want to keep the fees in our retirees' accounts.
And Dan, can you explain why we don't charge fees for this account? How do we actually get paid for putting these plans together?
Sure. We are an independent group, and we work with many, many different companies, about 35 different companies. The companies we work with will pay us our fees. So the companies pay us to help service the retirees. If a retiree, for example, deposits $500,000 into an account, they get $500,000 credited to their account. Nothing is deducted off the top of their funds when it goes in their account, so they have $500,000 working for them. In addition, they don't have annual fees associated with the indexing concept.
Well, that's great information. Again, I get excited every time we talk about this. I want to thank the viewers today for joining us, and hopefully we were able to bring to you some information you've never heard about before. And if you're like most of our clients that we meet every single day, this concept is very intriguing, very exciting. It allows them to participate in market gains without any downside. Well, thanks, Dan, again, for being part of this session today.
Thank you, Jim.